Valtteri Bottas, Mercedes, F1 driver profile. Bottas made an immediate mark in his early career when, in 2007 at the age of 17, he won 2 Formula Renault races and the following year won both the Formula Renault Eurocup and the Formula Renault Northern European Cup. In 2009 he moved up to the Formula 3 Euroseries, finishing third in the championship. Although he did not win a race in the main championship, he was able to win the Formula 3 Masters the same year, setting the fastest lap and taking pole in the process. He repeated his victory in 2010, by which time he was signed up as a test driver for Williams. In 2011 he switched to GP3 and, driving for Lotus ART, made a reasonable start to the year before wins on each of the last 4 weekends secured him the title. He was rewarded with a reserve driver seat at Williams and in 2012 took part in 15 FP1 sessions in Bruno Senna's car. By the time he was promoted to race driver in 2013, he was one of the better prepared rookies on the 2013 grid. However, an uncompetitive car meant he was unable to score points until the penultimate race of the season at the US. His 4 points were better than teammate Pastor Maldonado's one at the end of the season, and after flashes of brilliance, such as his 3rd place on the grid in Canada, he was retained for another year to try and help the team recover in 2014. F1's new turbo-hybrid Aero offered Williams a springboard back to the front using the dominant Mercedes engine, and it was in 2014 that Bottas showed his true potential. Bottas scored 6 podiums to teammate Felipe Massa's 2, though he and the team squandered opportunities to win a race when Mercedes faltered in Canada and Belgium. Nevertheless, 2014 was a breakthrough season for Bottas as he finished 4th in the Drivers' Championship. 2015 continued along similar lines with a further 2 podiums but no wins. He was linked to a Ferrari drive for 2016, but in the end Maranello went with the Finn they knew by retaining Kimi Räikkönen for another year. Not long after, Bottas signed up to remain at Williams alongside Massa for another year. Bottas was contracted to Williams for a 5th season in 2017, but when Nico Rosberg announced his shock retirement at the end of 2016 everything changed. Mercedes came calling, and by January the world champions had brokered a deal with Williams to buy Bottas out of his 2017 contract. The deal was the break Bottas had been waiting for, and in his first season with Mercedes he scored victories at the Russian, Austrian and Abu Dhabi Grands Prix. However, his best season to date was overshadowed by teammate Lewis Hamilton, who secured 9 victories and the title in the same car. Bottas was retained at Mercedes on a single-year contract for 2018. Like the Finns that have gone before him in F1, he is a cool character who takes his racing seriously and has shown dedication to reach to the top level. However, when matched with Lewis Hamilton at Mercedes in 2017 he started to look a little lost, and in the second half of the season appeared to struggle with the pressure. Winning his first Grand Prix after holding off Sebastian Vettel's Ferrari in the final few laps of the 2017 Russian Grand Prix. Crashing out of the F3 Macau Grand Prix in 2011 while in contention for victory. It proved to be his last attempt to win the prestigious race after missing out in 2009 and 2010 as well. Quotes. "Once I get to drive more, with mileage and experience, then I can do some good things. Physics still exists. If you have a lighter car with less fuel it goes a bit quicker." Bottas on why his Williams wasn't at the top of the timesheets at his first test in 2013. Trivia. Bottas was something of a sensation on Twitter, with #Bottas trending on numerous occasions ahead of his arrival in F1. The origins of the Cap2 hashtag appear to be linked to an Autosport magazine headline that simply read Bottas across 2 pages.